Yo, what's up boys and welcome back to another video. This one is going to be talking about a game called Titan Vanguard or TitanIM. I actually don't know which one it is, like it's been called both of those before, and as you can tell from the title, I have claimed it, which it might not necessarily be, but it could be in some ways, the ARMA free / ARMA killer. Really, when you think about games out there right now and games which have been out in the past few years, I can't think of any game which really compares to what ARMA could do in terms of the modding scope, the maps, the diversity. You can pretty much, do a bunch of different things. It's not necessarily just infantry simulation, it's also air-to-ground simulation, boat simulation, blah blah blah. You can do a lot with it, but this game, a few trailers and videos came out 2 weeks ago, which I'll have a link to their YouTube in the description below, and I wasn't really sure if I was going to make a video on it, because it did seem a bit dull, but after watching a few more videos, which I think we've got like 6 right now on our YouTube, it actually looks pretty interesting, and as Blue Drake claimed, and also my title apparently claims, it could be direct competition to ARMA, and I want to talk about that a bit in this video. I don't know everything about the game, but I do know that it is just like ARMA's sub-branch, which I forgot the name of that game, but Bohemia have another sub-branch, which is like a different company, which developed like the military version of ARMA Free, or the military version of ARMA. This is kind of the same in that it is intended mostly for a military audience, at least right now. So, say for example, you work in the military, you can obviously get people who also work in the military to play this game to simulate real things we're going to do in real life, kind of as training things without obviously risking getting shot. But we do have plans on bringing this out for an entertainment platform very soon. On the website, they say that they are going to be releasing something in terms of an entertainment audience very soon. So you'll be able to play this game, mod it, make missions and stuff on it, just all the stuff you could do in ARMA. But what makes it different, you might wonder? Like, I mean, I've just said all the cool things about it, but that's already in ARMA, so why the fuck would I want to play Titan Vanguard or TitanIM? Great question. So on the website, we do claim TitanIM to be, in quotations, the future of simulation, which is a very bold claim, and you won't necessarily see it right in this gameplay clip right here, and it depends on really what you want out of a game like this, but it is on a much larger scale. It's simulating an entire planet instead of just, a flat map. So you can go around the entire planet, you can fly out, look over the clouds, something you can't really do in ARMA. It's just kind of a different kind of simulation where it is on actually bigger scale than ARMA, which is surprising. It does look kind of shit, there's no denying that, or it doesn't look shit, it just looks not like a 2016/2017 game, but I'm sure it does make up with that in performance, and as you can see right here, terrain deformation. Fuck. Pronouncing words is really hard. Either way, this stuff you would have seen a few seconds ago and also right now is showing off kind of a scale which I was talking about, where it is a massive, massive world which you can zoom in on, zoom out of, go up in the skies for jets, or if you want, you can stick to the oceans and just use boats, submarines, etc, etc. You might think that it might be missing certain things such as small aspects, but it does seem like there's possibilities to simulate a lot of AI on the ground, which you'll see in a bit. It does seem like there's a lot of players as well, which is obviously a good thing, but mostly AI are going to be something which I'm sure this game is going to be focusing on, since it is something kind of required for simulation, because wars unfortunately are not participated by 32 people on each side. But you will see in a video I'll be showing you guys later that there is also a possibility for interiors. There is a lot of civilian vehicles. It does just seem like the game has a lot of assets in it, and that's a really good thing. It's not like it's some kind of military bare bones like kind of ARMA Free was when that first came out. It does seem to be a game which does have a decent amount of assets in terms of everything, and like I said before, modding, you might think I just said modding for shits and giggles. No, modding is something which they have officially said they will actually support, which is good, because modding can be a really big seller in a game like this. Obviously you do need a community to back that, but if it is something which is easier to mod than something like ARMA, and considering how more simple the vehicles and player models and stuff look in this, it does actually mean it's kind of easier to mod, because you don't need to put as much effort into making everything spotless, because everything looks kind of shit as it is. You'll see some small things like the dude who's holding his rifle and his hands floating like a few centimeters below it. It's just not perfect, which is okay, but yeah, it depends on really, like I said before, what you want out of a game, but I personally don't really mind it that much. Things like the ADS, you see right there for M41, EOTech and stuff like that, again, not looking perfect, but it does work, so, I don't know. It's something I at least try out when it comes out to the entertainment audience, and maybe it won't be an ARMA killer, but I really just can't think of a single game which comes anywhere near to the scope and ideas which ARMA tries to spread to people. It's not like you're going to end up playing life mods on this. I mean, I guess really you could. But yeah, hopefully it is something which does at least get a decent fan base to make it into something more than just V-Tools, which they initially released to the entertainment audience. Either way, you'll see some little bits here and there, since this is their trailer. I think this is actually their extended trailer, if I'm not mistaken. No, it's not. This is a short trailer right here. You can watch the super long trailer, which is their newest release on a YouTube channel, like I said in the description below. But you'll see the editor kind of thing, where you can place down things and change their attributes and stuff. Looks very similar to ARMA 3's one, and I'm sure in terms of its usability, it's just as easy. Maybe it has some more complicated implications in terms of what you can and can't do. We would have seen not only here, but also before, but it does also have support for snow, which maybe might not be a big thing for you guys, but I think it's great for a game to actually have a few different weather environments which it dynamically supports. Instead of saying, yo, this is Shannara's winter, this is Shannara's summer, you kind of just have support for all of them globally in one little package. So you will have a bunch of different weather effects, and as you can see right here, like I was talking about before, the little layer of clouds, which will of course bring you out into the atmosphere / space, which, no, this is not a space game, in case you're wondering. And this is what I was talking about before with the AI simulation. I mean, it is a bit weird because some of them are kind of like caressing one another's faces. But you can see right here, there's a bunch of very happy civilians. They are happy the war is over. But don't worry, the war's not over. They're all going to get killed in a second by these really mean looking guys over here. Either way, that's enough of the high-tier military stuff. This one right here is the embassy evacuation scenario demonstration, which is what I was talking about before, with civilian vehicles ranging from Urals, buses, trucks, and loads of shit, like you'll see in a few seconds. Got some civilians, some very basic interiors, but regardless, they work, so you will be able to do small scale operations on a game like this if you wish. And I really don't know where this game's going to end up in a while. All I know is it's one which you should probably watch briefly, and if it sucks, I just won't make any more videos on it. If it doesn't suck, then I will undoubtedly make a video on it in the near future. But in terms of all of its features and stuff like that, you will really have to go on their website, look at all the screenshots, and look into the nitty-gritty details to understand this game inside out. But either way, as you can see, looks interesting. I think a lot of people will say graphics are very off-putting. I agree, but what can I say? It has some advantages, like I mentioned before. You will see the pathing of the AI as well is somewhat shit. I'd say this is mostly, again, down to FPS and just being able to simulate something bigger scale. ARMA's AI isn't amazing, but it allows it to, or it doesn't allow it to run good. It runs like fucking shit, and maybe with ARMA 3's Infusion update in 2017, I think it was sometime later in 2017, which is well away, maybe it'll run good then and still have decent AI. But I guess simple AI like this, it works. And you know what? Fuck the AI. We'll just play with real people. Who likes AI anyway? But it's good that we haven't just went with the entirely military outlook on things, and you have focused on civilian stuff as well. I'd say it's a bit of an issue with ARMA. I get why they've done it, but it's like for a life mod, which obviously life mods are really the only thing which keeps ARMA alive on Twitch, and on YouTube it's pretty big as well. But because of the way they've made the game, it's all military assets, and the new DLC is all military assets. And I get it, the core reason the game exists and the core audience of the game kind of is it's all military, right? So why would they make civilian assets? But you'll see in also the longer gameplay trailer I'll show you in a second, not only do they have all these basic civilian vehicles, which look very good, to escort their little buddies out of the embassy, or what is this? Yeah, embassy evacuation, forgot the name of it for a second, but also in the next trailer I'm going to be showing you guys in a few seconds, they do also have a commercial jet, which also is not something in ARMA. And keep in mind, this stuff's in its early stages. Obviously, it's not like this game just came out of fucking nowhere. Making a game this big in scale, which works, takes a long time. But it's using the Outterra rendering engine, and it claims that blades of grass and dirt roads are as eye-pleasing as in any major video game, which I'm gonna have to disagree on you there. It's not, but you know what? It is very big, so I'll give you that. It's kind of a big video game. Either way, this is the longer trailer right here, showing you some more of the complicated things which you can do with the vehicles. Like I said before, it could delve into more detail than ARMA's engine, although I'm sure you guys will know ARMA can do pretty much anything you want it to do. But either way, it does look like it can do pretty much everything you'd want it to do for a game like this. As long as you put in the time and understand how the fuck it works, you can probably make any mission / scenario that you would like to. As you can see, this is what I was talking about a second ago, the commercial jet, which if you want to be edgy with it, then you can do that. But it's nice to see it's in the default game. And also, even though it is, of course, a massive fucking planet, you still do have a decently sized city right there. And I'm guessing this might be a different city just here. This one, I'd recommend watching this trailer of more. Have a link to it in the description. But this one shows off all of the individual features in the engine / game. So I don't know, it's probably one you're going to want to watch if you don't want to hear me blabber on and just want the game to explain itself, since the game developers probably know how the game works better than me. But you know what, it was a nice try anyway. Just to go over it again, but on the modding side of things, again, you will have to look on the website really to find this. We've got like a section for the end user, for the modder, and for the developer. Obviously the end user being the military people playing the game, or in this case, I guess the entertainment side of things playing the game, like you guys at home. But talking about the modder, they did also talk a bit about terrain morphing, the kind of things you can do with the modding tools. And it does sound, just from what they've said, of course they're going to make it sound like really fucking good, but it does sound like it is going to be a more all-in-one package compared to ARMA. Obviously I've never made my own map and stuff like that, but I do know that it is pretty fucking hard to make something decent in ARMA, really. It takes a long time. It's not like it's got a tool inside it which you can do terrain morphing and stuff like that, but it does seem like that's all in the game, so it's a lot easier to make a map, which is probably why all of these little video clips you've seen in this look very different and diverse and decent. It's probably because they are just easy to make. It's not because it's all just like one map with a bunch of different cities on it, although that would, at least from what we've seen so far, be something which would be possible for you to do if you did so desire. But either way, I'm going to leave this one here. If you guys want to check out more information, I'll have a link to their website, a link to their YouTube channel in the description below. You can see a bit more of the terrain getting fucked up here, which is really good and something which ARMA is lacking. But Battlefield 1's got it, guys. Why does ARMA not have it, but Battlefield 1 does? What the fuck? It's fucked up. But yeah, feel free to tell me what you think of the game. Like I said, if there is something interesting happening within the future and, you know, release dates or whatever else happens, then I will try to let you guys know if it is somewhat interesting. I wouldn't have made a video on this unless I thought it was good, which is why I held off for those 2 weeks. Whether this game is indeed the ARMA free killer, which it probably won't be, it is going to be competition to ARMA, that much is obvious. And as you guys will know, if anything in life, competition is always a good thing. So I'm excited to see where this game goes. Anyway, as per usual, don't forget to comment and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.